So you wake up every morning and you're hoping today is the day your blood sugar finally cooperates, right? But what if the very first things you do are actually sabotaging your entire day before it even begins? We're about to uncover 4 seemingly innocent morning routines that could be the real reason you feel stuck, no matter how hard you try. Okay, let's just dive right in. I want you to think about this for a second. What if those habits you totally trust, the ones you do on complete autopilot, are the very things blocking you from burning fat, slowing down your metabolism, and sending your glucose levels through the roof, all before you've even had a single bite of food? And get this, some of these habits can trigger a glucose spike of up to 70%. That is a massive jump, and it's happening while your stomach is still empty. It sounds crazy, I know. So let's break down exactly how this happens, starting with the first and maybe the most common offender. All right, first up, skipping breakfast. Now, this might just sound like a simple choice, but inside your body, it's like flipping a switch on a silent alarm. When your stomach stays empty long after you wake up, your liver kind of panics. It starts pumping extra glucose into your blood, and your stress hormones kick in, which makes it way harder for your cells to actually use that sugar for energy. And this whole situation leads to a really dangerous phenomenon that scientists call the second meal effect. What that means is your body is so unprepared for food after being starved all morning that the very first meal you do eat, which is usually lunch, hits your system like a total shockwave. And this slide, wow, it really shows you the difference in black and white. For someone who skips breakfast, their blood sugar can spike almost 52% higher after lunch compared to someone who had a morning meal. So why does this happen? Well, it's because your muscles and your gut just aren't primed and ready to absorb that incoming glucose. This single habit kicks off a whole silent cascade of problems. Your insulin sensitivity can plummet by 35%. LDL oxidation, that's when your bad cholesterol turns even more harmful and starts damaging your arteries, can shoot up by 29%. And nerve inflammation can increase by 34%. It's a full-on, system-wide stress response that, over time, can lead to serious long-term damage. So what's the big takeaway here? The good news is the solution is actually incredibly simple. Just eating a balanced meal within 1 hour of waking up can stop this entire chain reaction in its tracks. It primes your metabolism, it gets your muscles ready, and it prepares your body to handle glucose smoothly for the rest of the day. Okay, let's move on to our second habit, and you'll see how these things can really start to stack up. I'm talking about drinking coffee on an empty stomach. For millions of people, this is the absolute non-negotiable start to their day. But that first sip on an empty stomach, it triggers a powerful and pretty damaging hormonal response. The moment that coffee hits your empty stomach, bam, your body releases a huge wave of the stress hormone cortisol. We're talking a jump of almost 40% within just a few minutes. And that one hormonal spike immediately makes it more difficult for your cells to respond to insulin. I mean, just look at this. In only 1 hour after drinking coffee without any food, insulin resistance can climb by nearly 30%. That means your pancreas has to work overtime, pumping out even more insulin just to try and get sugar into your cells. And this effect doesn't just disappear, it lingers, affecting how you handle every single meal that comes after it. And at the exact same time, your liver gets a signal to just dump its stored sugar right into your bloodstream. This can add 30 to 60 points to your blood sugar reading, completely defeating all the hard work you're putting in to control your fasting glucose. It's like taking 1 step forward and 2 steps back. So, how do you fix this? Well, the fix is really straightforward. The number one rule is to never let coffee be the very first thing that touches your stomach in the morning. Eating even a tiny amount of protein or fat first, I'm talking a few nuts, a spoonful of yogurt, that can cut the cortisol release by 40% and dramatically reduce that glucose spike. All right, habit number 3 is one that almost everyone is guilty of: delaying hydration. It's so easy to just reach for coffee or get busy with the morning rush, but failing to drink water first thing has an immediate physical effect on your blood. Think about it. While you're sleeping, you lose almost half a liter of fluid just from breathing. This makes your blood thicker and stickier, more viscous by the time you wake up. And that thickened blood slows everything down, including how efficiently glucose and insulin can move around your body. This state of dehydration causes a complete system-wide slowdown. Your kidney filtration can drop by 15%, and your muscles become 25% less efficient at absorbing sugar because water is absolutely essential for that whole transport process. Your body is literally struggling to do its job properly. So what's the simple fix here? Again, it all comes down to hydration. Just drinking at least 250 milliliters, that's about 1 cup of water, within 10 minutes of waking, can cut your morning cortisol by 22% and improve your insulin sensitivity by nearly 12%. It's like a powerful reset button for your entire system.
And finally, that brings us to our fourth habit, the high-carbohydrate breakfast. And listen, even the so-called healthy options like sweet cereals, pastries, or even just white bread can set you up for a full day of glucose instability. You see, the moment these foods hit your stomach, the glucose release is almost immediate. Your blood sugar can spike by up to a whopping 90% in just a few minutes. That pushes your pancreas into total overdrive. And over time, that can really wear out your body's ability to respond to insulin. Now, we all know the usual suspects, right? We're talking sweetened cereals, pastries, white breads, even things like mashed potatoes for breakfast. These refined carbs just break down so incredibly fast that your body simply cannot handle that sudden wave of sugar safely. But here's what's really important to get. This first spike of the day sets the tone for the next 12 hours. It creates this vicious cycle of high sugar, which is always followed by a crash, which then triggers intense cravings for more sugar and carbs, keeping you on that blood sugar roller coaster all day long. Okay, so we've just pulled back the curtain on 4 hidden habits that could be wrecking your morning blood sugar. But here's the good news. Just understanding this stuff is the first and most important step to making a real change. Now you have the power to consciously change these patterns. So let's put it all together into your new morning checklist, your new game plan. Number 1, hydrate within 10 minutes of waking up. Number 2, eat a balanced meal within the hour. 3, if you're a coffee drinker, just get a little protein or fat in before that first sip. And finally, number 4, say goodbye to that high-carb breakfast and choose something more balanced instead. Your morning truly is the control panel for your metabolic health for the entire day. These small, simple changes can make a world of difference. So the only question left is, what buttons are you going to press tomorrow morning?